Good evening and welcome. Would you please rise and join our chapter president, Danielle Combs, in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anthony Steele, and I am the Assistant Superintendent Director and Principal of Blackstone Valley Tech. It is with great pride and pleasure on behalf of the BVT School Committee, administration, and faculty that I'm pleased and honored to welcome you here this evening for the Blackstone Valley Tech 2012 Honor Society induction ceremonies. I am extremely proud to address you this evening because I believe there is much to celebrate about the accomplishments of these fine young men and women to my left and to my right. Perhaps far more than meets the eye. Tonight we will learn about the ideals of the James S. Mullaney chapter of the National Honor Society. We'll also learn about Paul Sullivan and the Paul Sullivan chapter of the National Technical Honor Society. Then perhaps we can begin to ascertain why these students stand out amongst their peers. As a 15-year veteran of Blackstone Valley Tech and the 7th Assistant Superintendent and Director Principal in our school's history, I have the perspective and ability to proclaim that before you tonight, we have indeed assembled one of the finest groups of students who have ever graced our halls. Over the past several years, the accomplishments of the students sitting here have changed the perception of vocational technical education, not only here in the Blackstone Valley, but throughout the state, actually throughout our whole great nation. Last month, we fielded requests from fellow educators in Japan, Germany, and also China to come and visit BVT. They have heard of our successes. They're eager to travel halfway around the world to witness our school culture and to see our students' accomplishments firsthand. I'm sure that they would love nothing more than to neatly capture the spirit, the methods, and the pedagogy of Valley Tech and return home with lightning in a bottle. But I'm afraid that that's easier said than done. I might add that we're happy to share and go ahead and take it home with you if you can. Many have tried, but there's just something cultural here at Valley Tech that borders on magic. It's fair to say that you've gained the attentions of onlookers worldwide, and for great reasons. For 19 years, our Superintendent Director, Dr. Michael Fitzpatrick, has provided the vision, the means, and the insistence that Valley Tech provides students with a world-class education. Obviously, this was sincere and far from a cliche, as the world is beating a path to our doorway to see what you all do firsthand. You have made a difference, and your efforts have given notice to educators everywhere that the career technical model of education, which we have here at BVT, is a model that is not only on target with 21st century skills, but it is also worthy of replication in any setting, in any country. Your collective effort, your conscientiousness, dedication to building a safe and respectful school environment, and stewardship of our school's reputation has and will continue to make a difference in the lives of the students here today and the students who will follow you or try to follow you in the future. You should be very proud of yourselves for not only making that difference, but also continuing to raise the bar of achievement. You have embraced my challenge to own and maintain your school's stellar reputation. In fact, the hallmark of your stewardship has been a continual effort to raise the bar in terms of ambassadorship, community service, and philanthropic activities. What more could a principal ask for? And thank you very much for delivering. Mr. Mullaney, whom the National Honor Society chapter was named after, was an individual from the town of Northbridge. He taught industrial arts for over 30 years at Northbridge High in the early 60s. At that time, the federal and state governments were allocating grant money to build schools to improve proficiency in science, technology, and math. They left out the engineering part back then, but it sounds an awful lot like today. Mr. Mullaney went town by town throughout the district to gain support for building a regional vocational technical high school in the Blackstone Valley. Around that time, Paul J. Sullivan, whom the National Honor Technical Society chapter is named after, was the first Superintendent Director of Valley Tech. He oversaw the planning and construction of this building in the early 60s and had an illustrious career in vocational technical education. In 1978, Superintendent Director Sullivan received the Governor's Award, honoring him for his vision and many years of service to vocational education. Paul Sullivan is also credited with forming numerous relationships and partnerships between Valley Tech and members of the business community. It was also his vision to connect graduates, skilled graduates, with the demands of the local labor force. Membership in both our honor societies and National Technical Honor Societies encourage higher scholastic achievement, cultivates a desire for personal excellence, and helps students find success in today's highly competitive workplace. Therefore, it was only fitting that we named our new National Honors Technical Society chapter in Superintendent Director Sullivan's honor. When you reflect on the history of BVT and what it would take to create a school like this from nothing more than a passion and a vision, the dedication of these two men is extraordinary. Just imagine for a moment what it would be like to visit Valley Tech from Japan or China or Germany and try to take it home with you. It is no easy task. Countless meetings back in the 60s, countless amount of time was spent to build a coalition of communities to support the construction project in BVT opened up in the fall of 1966. It was an all-boys trade school at the time. They did not do this. Mr. Mullaney and Mr. Sullivan did not do this simply for a paycheck or a nod or extra awards. They did it to benefit the youth of the Blackstone Valley, to make a difference in the lives of many, and perhaps to leave this world just a little bit better than they found it. It would have been far easier to do nothing. It would have been far easier to nod and say, great idea, someone should pursue that. But those two great figures took action. For these reasons, Mr. Mullaney, Mr. James S. Mullaney, most deserves to have our National Honor Society chapter in his namesake. And likewise, Mr. Paul J. Sullivan, our first Superintendent Director, is very deserved of having our National Honors Technical Society in his namesake. For without the efforts of Mr. Mullaney and Superintendent Director Sullivan, Valley Tech would not have been established nor built. And it is fascinating to consider and vital to recognize that the passion of one individual willing to donate his or her time and effort for the benefit of others can truly change the world. I'm extremely proud of being able to address you this evening because this is my first year as your principal. And as I have expressed to you in the past, in class meetings and so on and so forth, you've given me the best job in the world. As we celebrate excellence tonight and the induction of our new members into the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society, we also begin to say goodbye and good luck to our senior members who will be graduating in just 6 months. Let this be the first of several formal opportunities to begin saying thank you to all those seniors for meeting the rigorous criteria of National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society, and for continuing to serve as model students for all of our underclassmen, and certainly for all of our onlookers far and wide. Your character, leadership, scholarship, and service is meritorious, and I speak on behalf of the entire faculty and staff when I sincerely say that you have given all of us the most rewarding and enjoyable experience. If the proud parents and guests with me tonight agree, take a moment, give them a round of applause. As the ceremony unfolds this evening, we'll examine each of the membership society's standards. We will go over things such as scholarship, leadership, character, and service. However, it is important to remember that these organizations were established to recognize that each standard is just as significant as the next. Sometimes we get misdirected that the National Honor Society is synonymous with honor roll or simply means good grades. Certainly, grades, effort, and conduct are important. Academic and technical achievement is meritorious because it signifies excellence, it signifies your hard work, and it certainly points to your dedication. But it is just as important to realize that service to one's community and to others, perhaps those less fortunate, is just as crucial to the success of a school as good grades. Sense of community, where we fit and mesh with society, is also just as important as good grades. Being able to think and to lead others to do the greater good is a quality that is unsurpassed, whether it is simple as serving as a student leader during exploratory. Perhaps you're one of our student ambassadors and you've led tours to youngsters today, or helped our guests find their way around the building. We have numerous community service projects to assist the elderly, the disadvantaged, youngsters in our towns. Remember how important that is as well. Leadership is not always just the person in charge. It's the ability to lead by example every day. It's the ability to show people in your daily lives the manner in which you lead others to do the right thing and to make good decisions. And there is no more important quality that an individual can possess other than their character. I've reminded each of you to be mindful of your thoughts because your thoughts become your words. Be mindful of your words because your words become your actions. And be mindful of your actions because your words and your actions become your character. The fact that you are conscientious about how you treat others will serve you well throughout your lifetime. I promise you that. As an educator, I believe all students have the ability to succeed, that students have unique strengths by which he or she can move forward with their lives and move forward in their community. With us tonight are those students who, in the opinion of a select committee, have reviewed their work, their actions, their activities, both in and out of school. And we are confident that each of these inductees in front of you and our current members represent those standards each and every day. We believe that you understand that the success of a person is an individual who can blend all of those qualities together on a daily basis and strive to lead by example. You are all well on your way to fruitful careers and great lives. Please remember to uphold the ideals we're celebrating tonight. You need to uphold those throughout your entire lives. I can only dream of the positive impacts that you will have on your families, your communities, and yes, the world, maybe Japan, Germany, and China, as you move forward with your lives. Remember James S. Mullaney, remember Paul J. Sullivan, and just think for a second, if they didn't take action, we would not be sitting here right now. What will you do to change your world? I can only wait and see. Thank you all. Congratulations to everyone. And once again, thank you for giving me the best job in the world. Thanks. Unfortunately, Dr. Michael Fitzpatrick, our Superintendent Director, could not be with us this evening. However, he never misses an opportunity to address students, particularly our National Honor Society and National Honor Technical Society. With that, a video presentation from our Superintendent Director, Dr. Michael Fitzpatrick.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Michael Fitzpatrick, and it is my pleasure to add my personal and professional recognition and congratulations to the James S. Mullaney Chapter of the National Honor Society and the Paul J. Sullivan Chapter of the National Technical Honor Society. The criteria for being invited to these national honor recognitions has been changed, and we want to make certain people are aware with a new sense of pride for those being recognized this evening. There are a total of 67 students that will be inducted in one or both of the National Honor Societies. 24 will be inducted into the National Honor Society. 16 will be inducted to the National Technical Honor Society. 27 will be recognized in both. The level of commitment to service shown by our National Honor Society reflects on Valley Tech, and you should also recognize the community service is an indication of pride for the entire community. Last year, there were a variety of service events, which included the Walking for St. Jude's Research Foundation, collecting donations for the Sutton Food Pantry, the Homecoming Pancake Breakfast. Group projects are an addition to the meaningful service provided by each student throughout the community on an individual basis. The National Honor Society has been recognized for James S. Mullaney. This is an individual who devoted his life to vocational technical education. He was a driving force behind bringing the Regional Vocational Technical School, which we know as Blackstone Valley, to reality. He chaired the school building committee during the middle 60s, in 1964 to 1968. And the first graduating class entered in 1966, graduating in 1970. The characteristics of this membership include scholarship, leadership, service, and character, and they have been associated with the membership in the National Honor Society since it commenced in 1921. Its sister system, the National Technical Honor Society, is named for Paul J. Sullivan. He was the Superintendent Director of Blackstone Valley Tech and the first of 3 superintendents. He oversaw the construction and the building of Blackstone Valley Tech, and in fact received the Governor's Award in 1978, which honored him for the many years of service in leading vocational technical education across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. He highlights the career in technical education while promoting career opportunities for everyone. This is an example of creating new and emerging relationships for Valley Tech and members of the business community. Membership encourages and recognizes the highest scholastic achievement, cultivating a desire for personal excellence and to help top students find success in today's highly competitive workplace. I extend, on behalf of the school committee, the administrative team, and everyone associated with Valley Tech, sincere congratulations to the parents, and family members, and most of all to those who will be recognized. Enjoy your evening, and I'm sorry I'm not able to join you personally because I'm representing the school at the joint conference of the superintendent and school committee members on Cape Cod.
At this time, I would like to introduce our 2 advisors, Ms. Kathleen Menini and Kerry Moynihan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Steele and Dr. Fitzpatrick. Recently, these 69 candidates went through an extensive selection process to become members of the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. However, their journey towards this honor began long before that. For the past few years, these students have established themselves academically. They have involved themselves in various school and community organizations. They've given themselves selflessly of their time for those in need. And they've proven themselves to be leaders. Most importantly, though, they have developed and demonstrated a strong and lasting character that will be the driving force of their success in life. We salute these students tonight who have met the high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, character, skill, honesty, responsibility, and citizenship, which are the criteria which they were judged. We are pleased to induct them into the James S. Mullaney chapter of the National Honor Society and the Paul Sullivan chapter of the National Technical Honor Society.
Inductees. The principles of the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society will now be explained to you. The candle burning in the center of the table before you represents the eternal light of knowledge. This flame is also the symbol of the National Honor Societies. The unlit candles are symbolic of the 8 requirements: scholarship, service, leadership, character, skill, honesty, responsibility, and citizenship, upon which selection to these esteemed societies is based. Your elected officers will review these qualities and light the remaining candles. The first quality is scholarship. Here to talk about scholarship is Chapter President, Senior Danielle Combs. Danielle.
Scholarship means a commitment to learning. This pillar relates to students who are willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. Thank you.
The first requirement by which students were selected to join the National Technical Honor Society is skill. Here to talk about skill is our chapter vice president, Senior Rachel Zinkus.
Skill is the use of knowledge to develop great ability and expertise necessary to make a positive difference in a particular occupational field. We, as students, are lucky to be receiving a career technical education during high school. Your career and technical training will be invaluable as you continue to further your education, enter the work world, or pursue a career in the military. The students who have been selected to this society are those who use their skills for the greater good of the school and the community. As young people with advanced knowledge in specific fields, it is essential that we use that expertise in every way possible to better the world around us.
Our Secretary, Mark Tatro, will speak to you about the next quality, which is service.
Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or without recognition is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow.
Next is leadership. Crystal Giffen, our National Honor Society delegate, will talk about leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, the need is a substantive charge to each of our members and the candidates.
Our next quality is character. Our NTHS delegate, Tyler Amore, will review character.
Character. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character which guides one through life, and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others. By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Our next pillar is honesty. Danielle Combs will speak to us about honesty.
Honesty is the quality of being truthful, trustworthy, and fair with everyone while at work and play. As members of these societies, we represent each of these pillars while in school and within our communities. Honesty relates to the maintenance of all other pillars. In order to be truly responsible citizens and leaders, we must value honesty.
Next is responsibility. Rachel Zinkus will address responsibility.
Responsibility involves the ability to act without guidance or superior authority and being answerable for your actions. Responsibility not only relates to one's ability to complete tasks appropriately and in a timely fashion, but also accountability for your own self. Responsibility relates to a person's honor and grace. With the honor of being inducted into the society comes an individual's responsibility to maintain its ideals.
Our final pillar is citizenship. Mark Tatro will speak to us about citizenship.
Citizenship is one's right to full civil liberties and exercising the duties, rights, and privileges of this status. We are citizens of many things, of this country, of this state, of our towns, of our school, and of these distinguished honor societies. Being a responsible citizen in each of these categories is essential and relates to not only carrying out our rights, but also the importance of serving as an example to other citizens.
Thank you very much. The ideals of the National Honor Societies have been explained to you. If you desire to assume the responsibility of upholding these standards, you will now be privileged to pledge yourselves to the membership. Candidates, please stand. Our NHS delegate, Crystal Giffen, will lead us in the National Honor Society Pledge. Crystal.
I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, in which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, service, leadership, and character.
Our National Technical Honor Society delegate, Tyler Amore, will lead us in the pledge. Tyler?
As a member of the National Technical Honor Society, I pledge to maintain the highest standard of personal conduct. I will apply myself to continue a record of scholastic achievement, and I will strive for excellence in all aspects of my education. I will invest in my talents, my skills, and my knowledge in a career of my own choosing, and shall always endeavor to uphold my obligations as a citizen of my community and my country.
Congratulations on becoming new members of the National Honor Society and the National Technical Honor Society. You may be seated. At this point, we would like to induct new members into our societies. To recognize this moment, we will present you with your pin and/or certificate. At this time, I ask Mr. Steele and Mr. Bellin to come forward and honor these students with their certificates. Students, when I read your name, please step forward and receive your award. Laurelyn Anderson. Matthew Bartlett. Tyler Bartlett. Lindsay Beaulieu. Nicholas Bedrosian. William Bodell. Brian Boltonhouse. Emily Bolter. Ryan Callahan. Jonathan Capici. Timothy Chartier. Marissa Colombo. James Connors. Heather Demers. Joshua Denoncourt. Julia Dion. Sean Doherty. Veronica Doyle. Caitlin Drew. Luan Jung. Kyle Faucher. Christopher Ferrick. Edwin Floyd. Haley Galinas. Samantha Giffen. Matthew Goldstein. Brittany Hall. Matthew Hamill. Nicolette Hogue. Adam Intinarelli. Logan Casper. Deepjot Kaur. Kaylee Kennedy. Giovanna Laganestra. Janelle LeBeau. Daniel Lemire. Courtney Leonard. Melissa Mason. Michelle Maynard. Michael McGee. Thomas McGowan. Kinsale McGrath. Philip McHenry. Jacob Moon. Jennifer Morin. Kelly Nay. Brady Neeland. Lindsay O'Brien. Dominique Page. Caitlin Parkinson. Stephen Poirier. Jose Porter. Brianna Raymond. Timothy Richer. Jake Rivard. Teresa Rook. Brittany Rovito. Samantha Sadwin. Joanna Salvucci. Cody Saucier. Sierra Skotanis. Christopher Smith. Jared Talamini. Michaela Tambora. Alana Thirsk. Ashley Thompson. Jacqueline Tyson. James Watson. Congratulations to all our new members. We are all very proud of you and share in your happiness in this momentous occasion. At this time, I would like to present our current senior members whom we have had the honor of advising for this past year. These members have completed a year of service to the James S. Mullaney Chapter of the National Honor Society, the Paul Sullivan Chapter of the National Technical Honor Society, or both, and will be graduating in May of 2013. As we call your name, please stand to be recognized. Christopher Afonso. Tyler Amore. Joseph Angelini. Nathaniel Antaya. Jenna Archambault. Rebecca Arduino. Daniel Avery. Ashley Bedrosian. Angelique Beauvais. AJ Bottoms. Brendan Burdick. Dominique Campbell. Danielle Combs. Jack Cohn. Dylan Constantino. Conti Darafat. Catherine Davis. Justin Del Tufo. Alexandra Delmore. Nina Dow. Brendan Downs. Alexandra Doyle. Patrick Durkin. April Erickson. Kevin Farrell. Elise Germain. Crystal Giffen. Bianca Gonzalez. Tony Ann Hanratty. Taylor Hansen. Robert Holmes. Colby Howarth. Nicole Jolliker. Michaela Joyce. Sarah Keith. Ian Kelly. Erica Lacrosse. Jennifer Lannon. Allison Lacaire. Leela Larson. Paige Lavallee. Nicole Lucerini. Christopher Moran. Michael Moran. Samantha Morin. Mercedes Nelson. Brittany Nephew. Mary Bridget O'Callahan. Shane O'Shea. Haley Patterson. Sherry Rankins. Gabriela Rosa. Ashley Samara. Brooke Sorial. Christine Scharnagel. Kelly Schroeder. Alexander Seraphin. Lindsay Silva. Corey Silver. Katie Stengel. Elizabeth Swenson. Tyler Sweat. Mark Tatro. Joseph Tomeno. Andrew Terbezi. David Valandry. Adam Vinton. Alicia Wagner. Crystal Waters. Zachary Weisenhorn. Anthony Young. Rachel Zinkus.
Graduating from high school with the distinction of being on the National Honor Society says a lot about these students. It says that they have dedicated themselves in maintaining the high levels of scholarship, that they have given their time and service for the community, and that they have established themselves as leaders in their school. We here at Valley Tech are very proud of your accomplishments. At this time, I would like to introduce our Vocational Curriculum Coordinator at Blackstone Valley Tech, Mr. Tom Bellin.
Thank you, Ms. Mainini, and at this time I'd like to thank Ms. Mainini and Kerry Moynihan for their service to the National Honor Society and National Technical Honor Society. Could we give them a quick hand here? It's an extensive process inducting members into the societies, and they do a great job at it year after year. They also had a little difficulty trying to pick a good time of year to have the ceremony. We did it in the spring for a while, and then people got kind of busy with spring activities. You obviously can't do it over the summer because everyone's away on vacation, and they looked at the opening of school year, and that didn't really work. There's too many things going on with exploratory and everything, and then they said, hey, let's go with early November. There won't be any storms or nor'easters at that point, or hurricanes, right? We'd avoid all that. So here we are, anyway. It's certainly an honor being here tonight for this great event. Also, because I'm a graduate of Blackstone Valley Tech, class of 1980. Any other Blackstone Valley Tech graduates here? Raise your hands. Several out there in the audience. Congratulations. This is great stuff. I'm not going to ask you what year you graduated, but I was class of 80, so basically I went to the school during the 70s, and it was a great school back then. Not as great as it is now. We had a lot of good things going for it. It certainly changed over the years. I remember back in the 70s, if you wanted to go to Valley Tech, it was more of the exception rather than the norm. Now it's hard to get in the door now. So back then, not so much. I begged my parents to let me go to Valley Tech. At first they said no, and after a while they relented. And myself and my classmates graduated in 80, and many of us have gone on to success. Some of them went right into business as contractors and tradesmen. Others became engineers, social workers, even school administrators. Valley Tech, again, was a good school back then. Today it's a great school. But just let's go back to the culture of the times back in the 70s. Smoking was allowed on school grounds, and towards the end of the day you could see several shop doors open with teachers smoking with the students, so that's certainly changed. Shop break, right now you can pretty much get anything you want for shop break. There's a plethora of items, bagels, cereals, you name it, the kids can get at shop break. Back then we had milk and cookies, that was it. Milk and cookies, if you were lactose intolerant or had a peanut allergy, too bad. So it was just the way it was. It certainly changed. The female population was about 10% of the student body. So, they had just started allowing girls into the school about a year or two before I got there. So it was awful tough for school dances getting dates. So I remember we had to import them from Rhode Island just to be able to go to the... we had 12 shops, not 17. About 20% of the students back then went on to college or higher education. Most went directly into the workforce, which is a contrast to the way it is now. But we're also finding that graduates need extra schooling to be competitive in today's workforce. Myself, I took about 5 years off, went into the workforce, went back to school, and finished off my degrees. Like I said, this is a great school, and it used to be a good school, but we've certainly improved over the years, and it's really been great watching the school improve over the years as a former graduate. Now, what separates a great school from a good school? We took it on many years ago, the administration, between the superintendents and principals, to do some extra hard work, be creative, have a vision for the future, and setting high goals and reaching them and attaining them. That's what separates a good school from a great school. I look at these students over here and the students to my right, and what separates them from good students, right? It's their hard work, creativity, vision, and setting and reaching high goals. Not much difference there. There's a reason they're here tonight and some of their peers are not here tonight. They took this mission upon themselves, and they did the extra work. They were creative. They had that vision, and here they are tonight. Congratulations. This group of young men and women did not settle for good. They targeted excellence. They didn't settle for milk and cookies. They wanted a gourmet meal, an appetizer, and dessert. These students took the same steps our school took. They achieved national excellence. It's been a pleasure watching the school grow over the 30-plus years since I left. As an educator, the greatest pleasure is watching the students mature and achieve during the years in this district. I want to thank you for the honor of speaking to you tonight. And thank you to all the students for attaining national honors. At this time, we'll begin our exit procession. Parents and friends are asked to wait in the main lobby. After the procession, the students are actually going to be coming back in here for a group photo on those bleachers you're sitting in right now. More in studio will be over here taking photos, individual or group photos over on the side. That's Dave right over there. So again, congratulations to our inductees, and have a good night. Thank you.